Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of my technical Minecraft Let's Play. And in this episode I want to build a witch farm. So I looked up on Admit. That's a program that just shows you where the structures are in your seed. And the closest one is a couple thousand blocks away, so I'll have to set up a portal. Not like in the previous Let's Play where I had it at the spawn, but that seed was selected just because of that reason. And as you can see, the slime farm works perfectly. That's because I've been doing a lot of cave lighting around the area. And as you probably noticed, all the walls are completely out of stone. I did that as well. And that's pretty much all I did in between episodes. So now, before I actually get to work with the witch farm project, I would like to show you how many slime balls I've gathered in the meantime. And I think it's around 15 stacks. Yeah, as you can see, like 14 and a half stacks. So that's good. Yeah, now I'm gonna actually take the slime balls, craft a bunch of pistons, and then update the transport system in the end to use sticky pistons instead of repeaters, which will hopefully improve the consistency of the whole player movement, since it uses a bug. And I'll have to pretty much tear down the entire thing, but let me get some things prepared and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've gathered the resources that I'll be needing, and I'm going to craft 2 stacks of pistons, since I did find 49 pistons left over from the Enderman farm. And hopefully, yeah, I do have all the resources that I need to craft the 2 stacks. So this, and now I'll need slime balls, which was the only reason why I didn't use sticky pistons before. But now I have a great slime farm, so I can use as many slime balls as I want. Okay, so now what I'll have to do is actually go to the end again and remove all of the redstone behind it. So let me do that and then I'll be back. Okay, so I updated the whole thing and it should now work. So it works a bit slower, but at least I don't get stuck in the middle to right as I used to before. And it's a bit loud, but it's quite good, really. I like the fact that it will no longer actually get me stuck. So yeah, now what I have to do is I need to place the slabs so that Enderman won't spawn on there anymore. And then we can go on with the actual episode. So let me do that and I'll be back. There we go, I now slabbed off all the blocks so that Enderman can no longer spawn on top of it. And now that this is done, I can go continue on with the actual project for the episode. So let me get to the witch hut and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm at the witch hut. As you can see, it's in the hill. So yeah, I've already set up the portal, as you can see. And now what I'll have to do is actually go back to my base, empty my inventory, and bring here all the resources that I need. So I've already linked up the portals. As you can see, I am pretty much at the top of the nether. And now, that's a screenshot. Okay, now what I have to do is actually go down this long path. It's 400 blocks in each direction, so it takes quite a while. And there we go, I can see the corner now. And now I need to go this distance. Yeah, this portal is the end portal. and then just a bit further on is my base. So yeah, it's quite far away even in the nether. But that's the closest witch hut I have in the world, which is quite bad, but I have to live with it. So, now that I'm back at my base, let me get some stuff prepared and I'll be back. Okay, I think the world is corrupted. I think it's fair to say that. Look at what's going on. This is insane. Like, all the chunks are corrupted. Look, none of them are working. This looks creepy. Okay. So, what that means is that I go back to the start of my recording, which means I've done absolutely no progress in the 6 minutes that I've been recording. Okay, so let me go back and then I'll see you in a sec. Oh, finally I can now record. So I fixed the issue. It took a long time to figure out, but it's all said and done. I tested it out. It allows me to actually do this, because that was the main issue that was causing the world to not load properly. It wasn't actually corrupted, as I stated before, because I've done a lot of testing and I actually figured out that all the blocks were still here. They just weren't rendering correctly, but as you can see, that is now fixed, so I can go on with the episode. In the backup that I have now, I have not yet modified the end passage, I guess, and I don't really plan on updating it now, since I'm kinda behind schedule and I really want to get the episode out today, because tomorrow I have to actually do something for school. But yeah, let me get some things prepared and I'll be back. Okay, so I've gathered some resources. As you can see, these are all the leftovers from the previous projects, and I've gathered everything that I need to craft except for redstone. Okay, so torches, and then I need comparators, 25 to be exact. That's that. Now I'll need 4 more pistons, so let's do this like this. Okay, I have now 26 pistons. Let's make them sticky pistons, and now I can craft a stack of hoppers. So I will need more hoppers because of the sorter that I'm going to be installing, as I always do, since I like my automatic farms to automatically sort my items, because I clearly can't sort anything. So the design that I'm going to be using is Susuma's, and I would use Doc Am's design, but I don't like designs that use hostile mobs in order for them to work, because they require name tags, and then I do sometimes turn it to peaceful mode, since I don't want to keep dying all the time, and I would break it every single time, which isn't what I want. So now what I actually have to do is link the portals up again, and then I can start building. So let me do that and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm at the witch farm. I have transported most of the items that I need here. I will need a bunch of slabs for the roof, but that's something I'll do later on. Right now I want to get the spawning floors in place. As you can see, the standard design, 3 spawning floors, and then we just fill them up like this. The roof is yeah, let's just fill them up, and I will double check this, since I'm not sure if the front balcony, or whatever this is called, counts towards it. If it doesn't, I won't fill it. If it does, I will just add another row. So yeah, let me install the 3 layers and then I'll be back. There we go, I have installed the floors. And I did double check, yes, the balcony does count as a valid spawning space. So this is the footprint of it. And since it uses water, it's actually, it had one row right here isn't actually used because water will only flow to this block. But that's because it makes the design a lot more consistent. And now actually comes the part where I have to build the actual mechanisms that get rid of the witches from the spawning spaces. So let me just make one of them on each row and then I'll show you. Okay, so I've built like one slice just so that you can see how it looks, and I'm just showing you guys this because I really think it looks quite awesome. Because I don't really know why I like it, but it just looks awesome. And as you see right here goes the water source block. I would place it but it would just flow down, so I would need to cover everything up like this, and then it would go here. And then once the item removed, that's when the witch walks on top of it. And of course this didn't work because water in Minecraft is strange. Okay, so now let me build all the layers. Let me just clone this a couple more times and then I'll be back. Okay, there we go. I have now done all the redstone that is going to take place in the witch hut. I know it's not really anything impressive, but the shifting floor design got patched in 1.9, so this is the only design pretty much that is usable. So now what I'll have to do is actually I have a crafting table. Now I'll need to do... Now what I need to do now is actually place the blocks on this side so that I can place another tripwire hook and actually connect the strings. So let me do that and I'll be back. Okay, the tripwire is now in place and I did have to do one small correction. As you can see, I moved the tripwire hooks back one block here because they were one block too far and therefore they weren't powering the actual pistons which release the water. So now what I actually have to do is place the glass like this so that the water flows this way instead of just here and then down. So let me do that and then I'll be back. There we go, the glass is now in place so that the water actually flows correctly. And let me just demonstrate it. The water flows down and just pushes me off. There we go. Okay, so actually I've been thinking about it and it might actually be more effective if I used like packed ice or something so that the mobs would glide faster. And I might actually do that. So yeah, I'll do that at the end. I will just now prepare the fall. And I need to do the roof first. So let me do the roof. As you can see, I have all the slabs prepared. So let me do that and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've installed the roof. As you can see, it's now completely dark inside the witch farm. So now what I'll actually have to do is mine down so that the witches, when they fall, die from fall damage. So let me do that and let me set up the hoppers to collect items and then I'll be back. Okay, so the drop is now dug and I have placed down a chest so that if any witches actually fall down, the items go in here for now until I actually make the storage system. So yeah, the exit's right here. And I've actually just noticed something. The witch hut is kinda bugged because the third floor isn't working. So I made a backup of the world and just tried it on every different y-axis, and apparently only 2 floors can be placed into this hut. I don't know what's the point of that. But if I move this one block lower, then the lowest block doesn't work. And like this, the top one doesn't actually spawn witches. So I might just have to remove it, or maybe just keep it for all the other mobs. Don't really know yet, so yeah. Now what I think I'll do is actually replace the slabs with packed ice, so that the mobs will get flushed down faster, and therefore it will slightly improve the rates of the farm. So let me do that and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've changed the slabs to ice, and as you can see I also dug out the area where the roof is so that I can slab it off and mobs won't spawn here. And I've also done a lot of cave mining. I think I went through like at least 10 stacks of torches. So that should improve the spawning rates of the farm itself. And I will AFK up top so that the minimum amount of caves are actually loaded where mobs can be. And yeah, so I think that's actually all I have to do for the episode. So I guess I can end it. Yeah, I'm quite exhausted since the episode did get complicated due to the world thing that I had. And yeah, so if you enjoyed the episode, please do give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.